disfigured, unfortunate, but nonetheless proud community has found a braver, more gallant young champion.
Even when they kill me, they can never take the game from a young G.
Who lies before us, unconquered still.
He actually grew up as Tupac's little brother.
I was about to cheat him, but he my brother.
19-year-old Yafeo Fula, a member of rapper Tupac Shakur's backup group Outlawz Immortals, was found shot in the head in a public housing project in Orange, New Jersey.
He killed Killer Kadafi, now he dying. And if they told you they was riding for my homie, then they lying.
Today, police were holding 2 juveniles in connection with the murder.
He just fell a victim to the streets. This Essex County, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing else.
Showers and niggas real, gotta die for pop. The world know they ain't riders, they ain't ride for yacht, but they rappers. My 45 really provide the spot and won't stop till it hit him in his eye and he drop.
Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building, and this is Machiavelli Media. Hey, yo, it's been a wild-ass week. It's been a fucking wild week, y'all. To be a Tupac Outlaw fan, man. You know, we've been covering this whole Young Noble back and forth with Mutah, Bill of the Outlawz, formerly of the Outlawz. And it opened up a lot of old wounds, man. You know, the Kadafi murder was a horrible thing. The Tupac murder was a horrible thing. And ain't been no real closure on both of them. I know somebody was arrested in Kadafi's case, but it's still a lot of uncertainty. And then you go back and you look at old interviews and you look at, you know, old videos and you listen to old music, and it's very telling. Now, on that news clip, when, you know, Kadafi was fatally shot in East Orange, New Jersey, you seen Fatal at the crime scene. And they was talking to Fatal, and Fatal said that he didn't think that it was basically connected to the Tupac murder and that this was just some street shit that happened every day, basically, right? But if you listen to his song, Chrome 45, I'm not sure Fatal absolutely believed that. I don't think he knew what to believe. We know what he was told. Like everybody else was told, probably it was an accident and, you know, it wasn't meant to be, right? It wasn't supposed to go down like that. But he was very vengeful, man, and he wanted something to be done, what happened to Kadafi. And he rapped that he wanted to basically blast the shooter between his eyes, the same way Kadafi died. But the part that got me is when he said they ain't ride for Pac, just like they ain't ride for Yak. And I'm like, yo, to me, he's pissed off at his people. He's pissed off whether it was his fellow outlaws or, you know, somebody else. He wanted them to do something about what just happened. And to me, that is the connection between Tupac and Kadafi. One would be almost blind to think that it didn't cross Fatal's mind and everybody else's mind when Tupac got murdered, shot down, gunned down in the streets. And then less than 2 months later, the same thing happened to his brother, Kadafi. And Fatal was watching with disdain, with anger, with a deal of hurt. You know what I mean? That how can this happen to his 2 dogs and ain't nobody else riding? Now, I don't think he would come out and say that he thought it was connected, but, you know, was he insinuating that it's the same people that might have got Tupac that possibly got Kadafi? And, you know, he was basically saying he was going to take it in his own hands because everybody else ain't doing shit about it. You know, it was sometime between Fatal, after Tupac dying and Kadafi dying, and it was a large gap between Fatal being in the Outlawz and then him being back reintroduced into the group. in all fairness, right? In all reality, I'm not sure if all the Outlawz knew what the fuck was going on. I know they had to be like, yo, what the fuck? You know, their heads had to be spinning, you know. 1 minute we doing music videos and we flying back and forth to Cali and we running with the #1 rapper in the world. And the next thing you know, it's a hail of gun smoke and two of the most important members of the Outlawz is gone right before their eyes. And all they got is a bunch of questions and hearsay to base everything off. From Pac's murder to Kadafi's murder. So I'm not sure if Fatal was 100% sure when he even said that he didn't think it was related. For various reasons. All he knows is what he was told. And apparently, it never made sense to him. I know that was a rough period, man. Because they were trying to figure out how do you pick this thing up and move on. Is it even worth picking this thing up and moving on, right? But in the back of, you know, everybody's mind, I know they really wanted to know what the fuck happened. You know, you hear Noble say, he was saying, yo, maybe I should have stayed in school. Maybe this shit ain't for me. He regretted the day, you know, he was questioning the day that he took the Tupac because this wasn't what he signed up for. And it's a lot deeper than what people are willing to talk about or even willing to discuss. But looking back at it, I mean, this clip here of Fatal on the news saying that he don't think it was related. And then you listen to his music. I mean, the same song, Chrome 45, he says, Pac still here? I don't know. Something of that nature. So he wasn't even sure without a shadow of a doubt that Tupac was dead. He said, all he knows that, you know, Kadafi got one in the head and was laying on the ground. It's a lot he didn't know. And he couldn't understand why everybody was just standing down, basically. And he couldn't let it go. Now, one of my subscribers said, you know, he saw an interview with Fatal and Fatal had actually ran into Mutah's cousin over the jail and, you know, they had a nice discussion and it was squashed and things of that nature. That could very well be true. But the young Noble, Mutah back and forth, raised a lot of questions because Noble flat out said that it's a lie that Kadafi was murdered by accident. That's a lie. These are Noble's words. And that this is the truth season. And that Mutah owes an apology. Man. It makes you wonder, man, what did Fatal actually feel in his gut? Because we know what was in his heart. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to sub to the channel. This is Machiavelli Media. Turn on the post notifications so you'll be the first ones to get it when I drop that shit. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm your homie Gab. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.